Okay, please read.
My dear Lord, you create this
No, no. Please read the purport.
In this was the word Shosha.
No.
The mode of ignorance or tamoguna is considered very much lower than others, but in the higher sense, it is also auspicious. The example may be given here in that the government has both an educational department and criminal department. An outsider may consider the criminal department inauspicious, but for the government's point of view, it is as important as the education department. And therefore, the government finances both departments equally without discrimination.
So that means we have to take care of people in mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness, and also the transcendental people. So once they are properly taken care, then they will not disturb each other. If they are not properly taken care, then they will go and disturb each other. Just like the proper way of taking care of criminals is to put them in the jail. So once they are put in the jail, or once they are fed in the jail, they are given some work in the jail, they will keep working in the jail and they will not disturb the society. But if there is no jail, then the criminals will be freely disturbing the society. So therefore, the activities of the three principal deities in mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance, these are all equally important. These are all equally important. Otherwise, there will be chaos in the human society. Okay. Okay, please read.
My dear Lord, devotees who have fully dedicated their lives
No, wait.
Oh, sorry. They never become overwhelmed by anger like animals, who can see nothing without differentiation. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead become angry or kill a demon, materially this may appear unfavorable, but spiritually it is a blissful blessings upon him. Therefore, pure devotees do not make any distinction between the Lord's anger and his blessings. A devotee does not find fault with the behavior of Lord in any circumstances.
Yeah, so this is the most important aspect of being Krishna conscious. That we don't find fault with Krishna at any circumstance. So, what it means not to find fault with Krishna?
Complaining for anything. ऐसे क्यों हुआ?
ऐसा क्यों किया सर?
Huh?
ऐसा क्यों किया?
Why this happened to me? Accepting the will of the providence.
One is directly complaining to Krishna. अरे ऐसा क्यों कर दिया? तुमको दूसरा आदमी नहीं मिला है क्या?
We blame it for some other situation.
हाँ.
Other, like, you say of Krishna that.
Yeah. So when we blame Krishna, others also, that means we are finding fault with Krishna. Not only with Krishna. But when we blame others also, then also we are finding fault with Krishna, because we are thinking that other person is troubling me and I don't deserve this trouble. So that means Krishna doesn't know how to dispense justice. Krishna doesn't know how to dispense justice. So therefore, we should know a few things. If you want to be properly Krishna conscious, we should know a few things. What are they? First thing we should know is that Krishna is always correct. Krishna never goes wrong. This is the first thing we should know. Krishna is always correct. Second thing we should also know is that Krishna is always just. Just means his justice is infallible. Krishna's justice is infallible. So the third thing we should know is that what is this? I am the problem. Who is the problem? In any given situation, who is the problem? I am the problem. If we think somebody else is the problem, that means either we are thinking that Krishna is incorrect or Krishna's justice is not perfect. So therefore, in any situation, we should clearly understand that I am the problem. The last thing we should understand is Krishna loves me. This is relatively easy to understand. This is little bit more difficult. This is even more difficult. This is most difficult. So in the order of difficulty, this is easy to understand. This is a little bit more difficult. This is even more difficult. This is most difficult. This is most difficult. But if we can understand these four things, then we can easily understand that we can easily be Krishna conscious. We can easily be Krishna conscious. That's why when Brahma prays, what does he pray? Very famous prayer. Tatyena kampam sushamikshamano Unjana evatma kritam vipakam Firtuak papubhir vidadan namaste Jiveta yesu muktipada daya bhak. Okay. So tatyena kampam sushamikshamano Bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Evatma kritam vipakam. What does that mean? Ripened karma. Whatever I have done, the reaction of that. Evatma kritam vipakam. Bhunjena evatma kritam vipakam. I am only experiencing the result of whatever I have done. So one devotee was going through very difficult circumstance. Extremely difficult circumstance. And every day that devotee would call me and that devotee would talk very strongly that why Krishna is doing to me, Krishna is not at all taking care of me, that is dum, like that. And the devotee very disturbed. So if someone is disturbed, you should not fix philosophy to them. It's very important to know. Just listen to them. And if possible, give them some comforting words. If you go and try to teach philosophy to them, very detrimental. Very detrimental. So I was just listening. Okay, whatever the devotee is saying. But one day, the devotee was very angry. And repeatedly, the devotee was asking me, you told me that Krishna is always doing good for everybody. You told me. Now what good Krishna has done for me? Can you please tell me? What good Krishna has done for me? You see my circumstance? You see how I am crying every day? What good Krishna has done for me? You are telling, oh, Krishna is doing good, Krishna is doing good. Maybe Krishna is doing good for you, not for me. You see my situation? So bad. I am telling, no, don't think like that. No, I want an answer. You give me an answer. I said, I can give you an answer, but are you willing to hear? Yes, I am willing to hear. You give me an answer. I really want to know. I said, okay. So I know that devotee, even before the devotee was Krishna conscious. In one sense, I preached to the devotee and then the devotee became Krishna conscious and things like that. So that's why the devotee was fighting with me. You are the fellow who brought me to Krishna consciousness. Now tell me what Krishna is doing to me. So then I asked the devotee, okay, you are facing such a bad situation, I agree with you. Your life has become miserable. There is no two things about it. I agree. I see every day you are crying, every day you are fighting, every day you are miserable. But let me ask you one thing. Suppose you are not Krishna conscious, and if you face the same situation, what you would have done? Give me an honest answer. And the devotee thought for a long time, and he said, I would have committed suicide. Definitely I would have committed suicide. So I told the devotee, do you know what it means to commit suicide? The devotee said, yes, I know what it means to commit suicide. What it means? You become ghost. If you become ghost, then you have to go through unlimited and untold and unlimited suffering. Untold and unlimited suffering. The devotee said, yes. I told, now you consider your situation. You are not committed suicide. You are every day living nicely. Of course you are crying. But at least you have 1% Krishna to whom every day you are freely giving gali. You are blaming Krishna. Oh, this Krishna did like this, Krishna did like that, Krishna did this, Krishna did that. Every day you are freely giving gali to Krishna. Krishna is taking all your gali and still keeping you alive. And Krishna did not make you ghost. Your karma is to become ghost. Krishna did not make you ghost. You are still in this body. You are crying, but you are eating, you are surviving. Everything is happening to you. And as an extra benefit, you also have 1% to whom you can give all gali. This is extra benefit for you. So Krishna has made so much facility for you. Don't you think that Krishna has not taken care of you? Then the devotee started thinking. He said, I will think about it and I will call you tomorrow. And the devotee kept the phone. The next day, the devotee called me and told me very soberly, yes, Krishna is protecting me. I am sorry, I was so angry with Krishna. So sometimes we become so carried away with our bodily conception of life that we cannot actually understand that Krishna loves me. Very difficult to understand this point. Very difficult to understand this point. But as we go through various things in our life, if somehow or other, if we can remember this point, that Krishna loves me, then we can always be happy in Krishna consciousness. Always be happy in Krishna consciousness. Whatever comes, whatever goes, it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Whatever happens, something good may happen, something very good may happen, something bad may happen, something very bad may happen. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So therefore, what Prabhupada is telling here is a very important point. So Bhagavatam says that devotee means there should be change of heart. Devotee means there should be change of heart. What is the change of heart? This is the change of heart. A devotee does not find fault with the behavior of the Lord in any circumstance. This is the change of heart. When we come to this stage, that means our heart has started becoming soft. Till the time we don't come to this stage, our heart is as hard as a rock or iron. It's very hard. But when we come to this stage that we accept that Krishna, whatever you are doing is okay, this is nice, you are doing everything out of love, I am only messing up everything. Unless we come to this stage, our heart will not become soft. Will not become soft. So it's a very important point to recognize. But at the same time, we should also understand that saying that it is all my fault, that's not some sort of defeatist mentality.
Suppose you are in trouble. Okay. Suppose someone is coming to punch you. Okay. You're not meant to find, oh, it's all my fault, let me take the punch. No. If you have the ability, you should punch him back. Or if you don't have the ability, you should run away from that place. You should try to do these things. You should try to seek reasonable remedy to come out of your troublesome situation. Is this clear? But definitely you should not blame the fellow who came to punch you. Definitely you should not blame the fellow who came to punch you. You may get him to police. Whatever you may have to do, you may do. You may do all those things. But in doing all those things, you should be very, very clear that this fellow who came to punch me is not the cause of my trouble. Is not the cause of my trouble. But I have to do reasonably whatever I have to do to protect myself. Therefore, I am doing whatever I am doing. But definitely, he is not the cause of my trouble. You should be very clear about this. Be very clear about this. Yeah? So, two things. One is that you should take reasonable action to get out of trouble. Not that you are meant to silently suffer. It's not like that. You should take reasonable action to get out of trouble. At the same time, you should not identify the person who is giving you trouble as the troublemaker. Okay, clear? Why did he choose to misuse his free will only with you? He is misusing his free will, correct. It's correct only. He is misusing his free will. But why did he choose to misuse his free will with you? He could have misused his free will with him. Why he chose you to misuse his free will? That means there is some reason for it. Right? Whatever. Your past karma, present karma, future karma, whatever it is. There is some reason for that action to happen, and through law of nature, Krishna has sanctioned it. Through the agency of law of nature, Krishna has sanctioned it. That means there should be some justification in what happens. You don't worry about whether he is misusing his free will or he is using his free will or whether what he is doing, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. That is his problem. That's not our problem. Our problem is that how to properly look at it so that I can go back home, back to Godhead. That's it. Yeah, it's difficult. I never said it is easy. I never said it is easy. Especially when you're going through trouble, it's not easy. As a theory, it is very easy. That is why when you're not going through trouble, you should learn this. So that when you're going through trouble, you can apply it. But when you're going through trouble, if you try to learn it, it's very, very difficult to learn it. But when you're not going through trouble, then you should learn this. Then when you're going through trouble, you can reply, you can recollect and apply this. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. But still, it's for me, no? If Krishna cares for me, that's why he is sending something for my purification. No? So therefore, we should understand that basic. See, sometimes we want to be politically right. We don't want to be right. We want to be politically right. So then we want to say that Krishna has sent this person for my purification. I am impure, that is why I require purification. Right? If I am pure, why Krishna will send for my purification? So if I am impure, that means I am wrong. Impurity is wrong. So it looks a little bit gross to say that I am wrong. But if I say Krishna has sent for my purification, it looks very nice. So we want to be politically correct. It's okay. Yes. Not necessarily. If you are a devotee, see, when we are devotees, Krishna can do three things with us. One is he can cancel that karma, so that means he's not going to come. Or he can decrease the effect of karma. That means whatever we are going to suffer, we are going to suffer less. Then it is not karma anyway. Or he can amplify the effect of karma. So we are going to suffer more than what we are meant to suffer. That also it's not karma anyway. Karma means exactly what we are supposed to suffer, we should suffer. Okay? If it decreased or increased, then that is not karma anyway. So that is why sometimes devotees call it as Krishna karma. Krishna karma.
So when Krishna karma comes, so should we try to refrain from it, or should we accept it directly without any endeavor to discover?
No, depends upon, see, anyway, see, let us take this situation of somebody coming to punch. So what does it mean, endure it or refrain from it? If someone is coming to punch, you are reasonably expected to defend yourself. That could be stopping him from punching, and if he doesn't stop, punching him back, because that's the only way to make him stop punching. Or you cannot stop him from punching, you cannot punch him back, at least you should run away from that place. These three things you should do, right? In spite of running away from that place, if he is running faster than you and catches you and then punches you, what you can do? Right? But you have done something reasonable to protect yourself. That is your right, you should do it.
Actually, I'm thinking in terms of these 4 points that you mentioned.
Yeah.
By understanding these 4 points, how anybody would like to even protect himself? Why he would like to? Seeing this as a Krishna, and forget about devotees, if outsiders also, if they do like this, then if karma is fixed, then why they would go for any medicine for getting cured or anything like that?
So generally we are crazy, that's why we are doing all those things. Bhagavatam says that tallabhyate dukkhavat anyata sukam kalena sarvatra gabira ramhasa. Bhagavatam says that tasaiva heto prayateta kovido nalabhyate yad brahmatam uparyadaha tallabhyate dukkhavat anyata sukam kalena sarvatra gabira ramhasa. So what is the meaning? That an intelligent person should simply try to get what is not available in this 14 planetary system by any endeavor. As far as the happiness which is available in this 14 planetary system, you can automatically get it just like the distress which you automatically get. So according to Srimad Bhagavatam, if you simply sit in one place, you will get your quota of happiness and distress without even doing anything. And it is true also. In Prahlad Charitra, there is one, Prahlad meets one yogi, and that yogi is practicing Ajagra Vritti. He is practicing what? Ajagra Vritti. Ajagra Vritti means what? The way of life of a python. Means that he just lie in one place, and whatever food will come to him on its own accord, he will eat. And even though he is practicing Ajagra Vritti, then Prahlad Maharaj found him to be very stout and very strong. So he went and asked him, hey, you are practicing Ajagra Vritti and how come you are so stout and strong? So then there's beautiful conversation between him and Prahlad Maharaj. So basically, even if you sit in one place and if you do nothing, we will get whatever happiness we want and whatever distress we want. But we don't have the guts to do it. Because we are strongly educated that you have to work for your happiness and you have to work to reduce your distress. But Bhagavatam is saying there is no point in doing that kind of work. Bhagavatam is saying you should simply work towards self-realization. There is no use working for sense gratification. Okay? So you people are the best examples of that. In your age, there is billions of young people who are going crazy, right? They are working in many corporate. They are thinking that, by working in the corporate, they can achieve the dream of their life. They will do this, they will do that. But you people are not working in a corporate. If you are working also, you left that job and came here, become brahmachari, and you are trying to work for self-realization. Do you have any, what do you say, is it that you are not getting any happiness at all? You are getting, no? That's why you are here, right? It's not a misery club. You are getting happiness, that's why you are here. In fact, you are getting more happiness than what you can get outside, that's why you are here. Otherwise, no crazy fellow will sit here, right? So, this itself is a proof that you don't have to do any work for getting your happiness or reducing your distress specifically. But if you work for Krishna, whatever happiness you want to get, you will get. Whatever distress you have to get, you will get.
So accepting the Bhagavad philosophy, the highest standard of Bhagavad, we should not try to run away from the miseries that are coming or that are in our hand. We should not try to run away from them.
Means that you should try to make reasonable remedy for it, because human intelligence is given for that. If you say, no, I will not make any remedy, you can. Like, there is a, but that is a very high platform. That's a very high platform. See, there is a pastime of Anantadvar. Anantadvar, you know who is Anantadvar? Huh? Anantadvar is a disciple of Ramanuja. Okay? And when those days, Tirupati used to be a terrible place, full of jungle. When people go to Tirupati, before going to Tirupati, they will get the final rites done and then they will go. So that if they come back, they count. If they don't come back, anyway, final rite is already done. That's how they will go to Tirupati before. Okay? Even today, in my place, they follow that system, but they don't do the final rites. They go around and beg for rice and they do big ceremony, etc. They do all that, but just they don't do the final rites. That's it. So that is how Tirupati used to be. So nobody goes to Tirupati those time. So Balaji was having big problem that nobody was doing garland for him. So Balaji came in the dream of Ramanuja and told, see, there's nobody to do garland for me, please send somebody to do garland for me. Then Ramanuja next day had one Ishtagoshti of all his sannyasi, brahmachari and congregation disciples and called all of them and said that Balaji wants garland, who is willing to go to Tirupati? Then each person is giving some excuse why not to go to Tirupati. But there is one devotee who is saying, I will go to Tirupati with my wife. And Ramanuja is telling, no, you don't go. Why? Because his wife is fully pregnant. She can give birth to child any time. So he's saying, no, it's not right time for you to go to Tirupati, don't go. No, he's saying, no, I will go. Anyway, nobody is going. Anyway, Balaji wants garland. Anyway, you want somebody to go. I am willing to go. Why not said me, I am going. So he went. Ramanuja also told him, okay, good, go. So then Anantalwar and Balaji had many wonderful dealings. Many wonderful dealings. Their katha, if you have to speak, then you have to require another long time to speak their katha. But one point I'll tell. One day Anantalwar went to pluck flowers in the garden to make garland, because that is his service, no? You need to make garland. So that day in the garden there was a snake, and the snake bit Anantalwar. So then Anantalwar came and he was making garland, and it's a very poisonous snake. And the news that Anantalwar was bitten by poisonous snake, it reached everybody. And all of them came, they told Anantalwar, hey, sleep, we have to do mantra, we have to remove the poison, that this. Anantalwar is telling, no time, I have to make garland, I have to exactly make garland, take it on time and offer it to the Lord. Now there is no time for all these things, don't disturb me. After the garland is over, we'll see what happens. So then they all got worried, they went to Balaji, told Anantalwar, snake has bitten, and now Anantalwar is going to die, he is not taking any treatment, he is making garland, we don't know what to do. Then Anantalwar, he took the garland and went to Balaji, and he gave the garland to Balaji. Balaji is asking Anantalwar, hey, you got bitten by snake, what is this, you are not taking any treatment, you should take some treatment. The Anantalwar told Balaji that, my dear Balaji, if the snake's poison is more stronger than my service, I will die here. I will go to Vaikuntha by my spiritual master mercy, and I will do garland for you in Vaikuntha. But if my service is more stronger than the snake's poison, then I will stay here and I will do garland for you here. Now, problem is yours. You don't have people to make garland in Tirupati, but you have lot of people to make garland in Vaikunta. So you decide whether the snake poison is strong or my service is strong. You decide. Then Balaji told him, okay, go, I will take care of the poison. You do garland, go. If we are in that level, then we can try all these things. Okay? Otherwise, we are meant to make some reasonable remedy for our troubles and then go on with our service. Yeah? Because there's a nice story in Bhagavatam. You'll come to know, you'll listen to that story in 4th canto. Narada Muni will tell one story to Dhruva Maharaj. That Dhruva Maharaj Narada Muni purport, Prabhupada, Narada Muni is not telling. Prabhupada is giving that story. Prabhupada gives the story of Narada Muni and his snake disciple. You know this story? Huh? In that story, what Narada Muni told his snake disciple? But you have to show the hood and hiss. So that's what we should do. That means we should make reasonable remedy to our trouble. But we should not consider the person who is causing the trouble as reason for our trouble. Okay? Yes. Yes. No, don't make like that. If you are devotee, then the past karma is moderated by Krishna. Mm. 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 Correct, they are making, no. In the human body. Human body is the only body which is karma kshetra. So human body has the facility to make new karma. But animal body has no facility to make new karma. Like dog will not make any karma. Dog will just live dog's life and die. Because dog is very strictly controlled by law of material nature. Dog cannot transit that law of material nature. Dog cannot say, I am so bored saying bow, 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 bow. Tomorrow onwards I want to say meow, meow. Not possible for dog. Not possible for dog. From the time he is having dog body to the time he is going to die in the dog body, he has to say bow, 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 bow only. Okay? But human body is not like that. One day you can say, okay, I am very tired of talking to people in all this language. Today I will only bark to everybody who comes in front of me. You can decide to do that. When somebody comes, Hare Krishna, you say, Baba. And you say, Hare Krishna, Baba, Baba. You can keep saying the whole day. Nobody can stop you. They will put you in mental asylum. But nobody can stop you. Right? So, human body is karma kshetra. So how new karma came? Yeah, you can ask this question to Krishna. When you see Krishna, Krishna, please explain the science of karma, how new karma comes. Because Krishna himself says, it's very difficult to understand how karma works. Krishna says, what he says? It's very difficult to understand how karma works. So Krishna himself says this. So if it is very difficult, when I read that, before I used to have this kind of questions, what kind of karma, how it came, what it came, I read that sloka in Bhagavad Gita, then I understood, if Krishna himself says it's difficult, why we should try to break our head? Finish, don't break our head. That's it, finish. But it is very clear that karma is working. That is very clear. But what is new karma, what is old karma, who made new karma, who made old karma, all these things, Krishna says, very difficult to understand. So if Krishna himself is saying that don't try this subject, it's very difficult to understand, then why to break our head with the subject? My way of thinking is like this. You may ask some scholarly devotee, then they may give you some better answer. I am a very simplistic guy. I always think like this. Okay, any other question? Yes. Yeah. Very difficult to understand. Yeah. 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 So, see, you have to understand that to die in the battlefield is the best death for a Kshatriya. Okay? The other option is to get old and die. Better than dying in the battlefield. Okay? But you take the point of Parishit. How Parishit met his death? Parishit met his death by curse. Okay? To die by curse is not very good. Okay, I am cursing you, you will die. Then Parishit dead. Is it like that? No. So, Parishit was cursed to die by a snake bite. And according to Shastra, to die by snake bite is a very sinful death. Very sinful death. So, first of all, to die by curse is not good. Second of all, to die by snake bite is not at all good. Okay? Okay, is still okay, Baba. It can be cursed by some big man like Vishwamitra, Durvasa. At least some prestige is there. I got cursed by Durvasa or Vishwamitra. He was cursed by one small boy. You're just playing and then he came and cursed. Unqualified person cursing and you have to die by that unqualified person's curse. Even more insulting. Okay. Now, okay, everything is okay. I am cursing you, I am unqualified, I am cursing you, you will die by snake bite. Then snake came, took, it bit, and then you died. No, it's not like that. You will die after 7 days. This is more torture. Because every day you have to wait for the snake to come. Oh, today is 7 day, 6 day, 5 day, 4 day. See, we are all very happy because we don't know when we will die. If you logically see, we are all very happy because we don't know when we will die. Suppose if we know when we will die, life will be miserable. Life will be miserable. So, he was given 7 days notice. That means 7 days you suffer, man. Every day thinking, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. What type of death? Theek hai, you accept that also. He will come after 7 days, snake will bite, he will die, and then his body will be there. His son will take the body, he will do all the final rites. No, you will die by a snake whose poison is so strong that when that poison hits you, your body will be burnt to ashes. Even body will not be left for your son. You see what kind of cruel death Parikshit got? What kind of cruel death Parikshit got? You see? You see? It's not some ordinary curse. It's not some simple curse. Okay, he will die. The most cruel type of curse which is possible, that kind of curse Parikshit got. And what is Parikshit's reaction? The Supreme Lord has graciously overtaken me on the form of the curse of a Brahmana. And Parikshit is called as Vishnu Rata, one who is protected by Vishnu. He never went and asked Vishnu, hey, what kind of protection is this? What kind of protection is this? People are calling me Vishnu Rata and you are doing this to me. Because Parikshit understood Krishna loves me. See? So this is the beauty of Bhagavatam. This is the beauty of Bhagavatam. You get into trouble, your trouble is this much. Every devotee get into trouble in Bhagavatam, their trouble is this much. So now you put your this much trouble against their this much trouble, and still they are loving Krishna. That means you can understand with this much trouble also you can love Krishna. You see? It's very difficult to complain when you read Bhagavatam. When you read Bhagavatam, it's very difficult to complain. You have a bad boss. In Bhagavatam, people have worse boss. You have a bad father. In Bhagavatam, people have murderous fathers. Everything extreme. Everything extreme. And still these guys love Krishna. So, right? Okay. Yes. Yeah. It should consistently keep melting. Because sometimes, even for a materialistic person, the heart melts. But it melts for a wrong reason. And it quickly becomes hard again. So for a pure devotee, when the heart melts, it is an irreversible process. It's an irreversible process. It doesn't become hard again. It just keeps melting. More melting, like that. No, you are already devotee. That's why you are giving gali to Krishna, no? See, only when we become devotee, we feel Krishna is very close to us. We can give gali to Krishna. When we are not devotee, we are at least thinking Krishna is God, how to give gali. When we become devotee, we get initiated, we chant 16 rounds, we think, oh, Krishna is now very close to me. Now I can give gali to Krishna, I can say anything what you want to Krishna. And Krishna also will listen. When that person got into trouble, that person has already initiated devotee. That's why I could say all these things to that person. If person is not initiated devotee, then what will you do? You can't do anything. Okay. So, devotee does not find fault with the behavior of the Lord in any circumstance. Okay? We should remember these things. Okay, please read.
Thus, there is no need for them to be killed again by an exalted personality like you, except for a few persons in Krishna consciousness. The entire world is full of such envious persons who are perpetually full of anxieties because they are attached to the material body and are without self-realization. The Krishna consciousness movement has been started to deliver the envious persons of the world from the clutches of Maya. And even though devotees are sometimes put into trouble, they push on the Krishna consciousness movement in all tolerance.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important for us to understand this. Anyway, the outside world is suffering. Anyway, they are in ignorance. So even if they attack us, they are simply attacking us out of ignorance. So therefore, we should continue to preach and try to make everybody Krishna conscious. So that's why Prabhupada says Vaishnava is described as Paradukka Dukhi. Paradukka Dukhi. Okay.
But it should be noted here with that a Vaishnava should not tolerate the blaspheming of Vishnu or Vaishnavas, although he should tolerate personal insults to himself.
Okay.
A Vaishnava is personally tolerant for the benefit of others. When he does not show his prowess this does not mean that he is lacking in strength. Rather, it indicates that he is tolerant for the welfare of the entire human society. A Vaishnava should take care of those who are bewildered by this Maya instead of becoming angry with them. Because without a Vaishnava's mercy, they have no way to get out of the clutches of Maya.
So that is why one of the qualities of a Mahatma is described as Vimanyavaha. Mahantaste Samachitta Vimanyava Sugruda Sadhavoye. So Vimanyava means that a person who doesn't get angry. So we may have a lot of problem in our preaching field, but still we should not become angry, because anyway these people are ignorant and then we need to do something. So therefore preaching means two things. What is that? The first thing is, those who are disturbed, we should go and nicely pacify them. And those who are peaceful, we should disturb them. Both the things we should do. What is that? Those who are disturbed, we should pacify them. And those who are peaceful, we should disturb them. And in the process, sometimes we may get into some trouble, but we should tolerate that trouble for the sake of preaching. Okay, please read.
Just as in an office, it is the duty of the worker to see that the proprietor or the master is satisfied. So everyone's duty is to see whether the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied by one's activity.
Everything is controlled by the demigods under the circumstances. In this age, in order to keep the balance of social peace and prosperity, all intelligent men should execute the performance of Sankirtan Yajna by chanting the holy name
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
One should invite people, chant Hare Krishna, and then distribute prasad.
Another difficulty in performing the Vedic rituals is that if one fails to satisfy even one demigod out of the many hundreds of thousands of demigods, just as Daksha failed to satisfy Lord Shiva, there will be disaster. But in this age, the performance of sacrifice has been simplified. One can chant Hare Krishna, and by pleasing Krishna, one can satisfy all the demigods automatically.
Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purport of 4th canto, 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. So sometimes devotees say, oh, you ISKCON fellows, you don't pray to any demigods, you are against demigod worship, and things like that. Yeah. So, but we should understand, and we should also tell people that we are the champion worshippers of demigod. Nobody can worship demigod like ISKCON devotees. Because we worship Krishna. By worshipping Krishna, automatically we are worshipping all the 33 crore demigods. Because all the 33 crore demigods are part of Krishna's universal form. So by worshipping Krishna, we are worshipping all the 33 crore demigods. And we are all worshipping all the 33 crore demigods so many times in a day, because we are chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, how many times we are saying Krishna's name? So many times we are saying Krishna's name. So by taking Krishna's name so many times, we are worshipping 33 crore demigods so many times. But the so-called demigod worshipper, out of 33 crore demigod, how many demigod he can worship? If he has a 10 by 10 puja room, how many pictures he can put in the 10 by 10 puja room? And nowadays, it's very difficult to have 10 by 10 puja room. Somebody has one little space for puja, you can put 2 pictures, 3 pictures. So out of 33 crore minus 3 is how much? So many demigods are not worshipped. So you are better demigod worshipper, I am better demigod worshipper. Any given day, ISKCON devotee is better demigod worshipper. Any given day. I made a calculation. that if you want to worship 33 crore demigods continuously, using 24 hours a day, and you will worship one demigod for 1 minute only. You will worship one demigod for 1 minute only. No sleeping, no eating, no going to toilet, nothing. 24-hour demigod worship. To worship 33 crore demigod, it will take more than 625 years. To worship 33 crore demigod, it will take how many years? More than 625 years. Continuously if you worship. If you worship only 1 hour, then many thousands of years it will take. But in one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are worshipping demigod so many times. So who is better demigod worshipper? We are the champion demigod worshippers. Nobody can worship demigod like us. Nobody can worship demigod like us. So nobody should accuse that ISKCON devotees are not worshipping demigods. We perfectly worship all the demigods. Perfectly worship all the demigods. So, therefore, here it is said that simply one chant Hare Krishna, and by pleasing Krishna, one can worship all the demigods automatically. And anybody who says, oh, I am worshipping demigods, you should tell him, see, one demigod you don't satisfy, your life will become miserable. You want to know what happened to Daksha? You read Bhagavatam. He just did not satisfy one demigod, and his life became so miserable, he got head of a goat. So better you worship all the 33 crore demigods by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So nobody will complain to us that we are not demigod worshippers. Okay? He can put 4 photos. No, that like that also the Daksha worshipped ABC 33 crore minus 1 he worshipped. That minus 1 took one strand of hair and destroyed everything. Yeah, but then they also can create trouble according to their capacity. Nah? See, everybody has nuisance. See, somebody can destroy, somebody has nuisance value. Right? So that they will create some nuisance value. तो कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा. कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा. Okay, any questions, comments on this chapter? Lord Brahma pacifies Lord Shiva. Yes? Yeah. Okay.
As you said that animal yoni is bhog yoni, not karma yoni. So whatever happens to them is their karma. Is it like that? So Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita, if any animal life cycle gets cut, like a hen or chicken, so they have to take birth again as a chicken to complete their remaining.
Correct, yeah.
So how is it that their karma is getting like bifurcated?
See, it's not getting bifurcated. You are unnecessarily disturbing it, because they will again be born as chicken and then they will continue. But you have caused a disturbance in between. They are going in their journey and you are unnecessarily getting into and you have disturbed it, that journey. Okay, so you are going to get that reaction for disturbing their journey. So Prabhupada doesn't say after cutting he will become something else. He has to be born again as hen and he will continue his journey.
No, but the karma of the chicken was not to get the pain that it is getting by getting the
No,
throat.
it is not like that. He is supposed to get also. Because if you see Law of Karma book, okay, the picture which Prabhupada gave in the Law of Karma book is very prominent. He said it is that a man with a bull's head is cutting a bull with a man's head. So means that there is a reciprocal karma between the chicken and the man. Okay. So that man killed the chicken because previously the chicken was man and then he was chicken and then he killed it. But now he got man's body. So he should be responsible enough to know that I am not supposed to kill this chicken even though this fellow was previously man and killed me when I was chicken. But I should not kill him, because if I kill him, I am going to suffer heavily. So that is the responsibility of human body. So he has to suffer for that. Because he is not fulfilling that responsibility of the human body, he has to suffer for it. Like animals have their own way of enjoying karma. Like for example, there is a dog on the street, okay? And there is also a dog with the American president. Both of them are dog only. But this is street dog, that is the first dog of USA. So this is also dog, that also dog. But even though he is dog, he has some good karma to be the first dog of USA.
And second question is, Prabhuji, that you said that Anant Acharya, he said that poison is like that. And Prabhupada also says that we should not we should serve Krishna, we should not make Krishna serve us. So there are two types of devotee. One is one who takes care of himself so that he can serve Krishna and do not give opportunity to Krishna to serve him. And second is this one also. So can you please elaborate on the two?
See, Anantarvar and all is a very intimate devotee of the Lord, okay? So how the things work between him and the Lord, we should not too much interfere, okay? Because what he did with Balaji is like many things. He hit Balaji also. He hit Balaji with crowbar. That is the mark Balaji has from the Anantarvar's crowbar. So he and Balaji have some very unique relationship. Generally, when we see such relationships, we should not interfere with that. We should not try to analyze that relationship. But what Prabhupada says is correct. Like even when Raghunath Das Goswami was in Vrindavan, and he refused to make bhajan kutir for him, and he was just simply sitting and chanting, and in summer he was sitting and chanting in a very hot situation on a rock, he was sitting and chanting. Then Radharani was coming and holding her pallu on him to give shade. So when Rupa and Sanatan saw that, they actually told that she is our Swamini, you are supposed to serve her, we are not supposed to take service from her. She is serving you, this is not very good, you do your bhajan, you make your bhajan kutir. So immediately he made his bhajan kutir. So for us, that principle is very strong, that we should not let Krishna serve us, we should serve Krishna. That principle is very, very strong with us. Okay. But there are other devotees who have different relation with Krishna. So generally we should not interfere when we see very intimate relationships between devotees and Krishna. We should not generally interfere. Let them do what they are doing with Krishna.
And Prabhuji, we heard that in Sri Sampradaya, prominent is Dasiras.
Yeah.
In
but some of them, Vaikuntha, half Sakyaras is there. Half Sakyaras is there. In Vaikuntha, Dasya and half Sakya is there. See, these people are basically Dasya, but they have some sort of Sakya intimacy with Krishna. There's also this Tirukachi Nambi. He used to fan Varadaraj. And Varadaraj was so pleased with his fanning that Varadaraj used to speak to him. So they used to have conversation. And that was known to everybody, that he will speak to Varadaraj. So sometimes that kind of half Sakya kind of relationship is there. Within the Dasya relationship, sometimes half Sakya is there. It's not. And those who are followers of Ramanuja, they are generally in Dasyaras. But if you see the work of Alvars, the 12 Alvars, many of them have actually related to the Lord in Sakyaras, even Vatsalyaras, even Madhuryaras. So there are some. Like Andal is very prominently a devotee in Madhurya Rasa. Okay, any other question, comment, anything? Okay, that takes us into the last chapter of this unit. So, Okay, the sacrifice performed by Daksha. Okay, please read.
The sage Maitreya said, O mighty armed Vidura, Lord Shiva, being thus pacified by the words of Lord Brahma, spoke as follows in answer to Lord Brahma's request.
Lord Shiva said, My dear father, Brahma, I do not mind the offense created by the demigods, because these demigods are childish and less intelligent. I do not take a serious view of their offenses, and I have punished them only in order to right them.
Lord Shiva continued, since the head of Daksha has already been burned to ashes, he will have the head of a goat. The demigod known as Bhaga will be able to see his share of sacrifice through the eyes of Mitra.
The demigod Posha will be able to chew only through the teeth of the disciples, and if alone, he will have to satisfy himself by eating dough made from chickpea flour. But the demigods who have agreed to give me my share of the sacrifice will recover from all their injuries.
Those who have had their arms cut off will have to work with the arms of Ashwini Kumar. And those who have hands, whose hands were cut off will have to do their work with the hands of Pusha. The priest will also have to act in that manner. As for Bhragu, he will have the beard from the goat's head.
The great sage Maitreya said, My dear Vidura, all the personalities present were very much satisfied in the heart and soul upon hearing the words of Lord Shiva, who is the best among the benedictors.
Thereafter, Bhrigu, the chief of the great sages, invited Lord Shiva to come to the sacrificial arena. Thus the demigods, accompanied by the sages, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, all went to the place where the great sacrifice was being performed.
After everything was executed exactly as directed by Lord Shiva, Daksha's body was joined to the head of the animal meant to be killed in the sacrifice.
When the animal's head was was fixed on the body of King Daksha, Daksha was immediately brought to consciousness, and he awoken from sleep. The king saw Lord Shiva standing before him.
At that time, when Daksha saw Lord Shiva, who rided upon a bull, his heart, which was polluted by envy of the Lord Shiva, was immediately cleansed, just as the water in the lake is cleansed by autumn
rains.
At this time, King Daksha wanted to offer prayers to Lord Shiva, but as he remembered the ill-fated death of his daughter Sati, his eyes filled with tears, and in embarrassment his voice choked up and he could not say anything.
Now he is crying. See?
At this time, King Daksha, afflicted by love and affection, was very much awakened to his real senses. With great endeavor, he pacified his mind, checked his feelings, and with pure consciousness began to offer prayers to Lord Shiva.
King Daksha said, My dear Lord Shiva, I committed a great offense against you, but you are so kind that instead of withdrawing your mercy, you have done me a great favor by punishing me. You and Lord Vishnu never neglect even useless, unqualified Brahmanas. Why then should you neglect me, who am engaged in performing sacrifice?
Yeah, so to be punished by one spiritual master is much better situation than to be neglected by one's spiritual master. We saw the example of Indra and Daksha. Indra had to go through so much problem simply because he was neglected by his spiritual master. Okay.
My dear great and powerful Lord Shiva, you were created first from the mouth of Lord Brahma in order to protect the Brahmanas in pursuing education, austerities, vows and self-realization. As protector of the Brahmanas, you always protect the regulatory principles they follow, just as a cowherd boy keeps a stick in his hand to give protection to the cows.
I did not know your full glories. For this reason, I threw arrow of sharp words at you in the open assembly. Although you did not take them into account, I was going down to hell because of my disobedience to you, who are the most respectable personality. But you took compassion upon me and saved me by awarding punishment.
Yeah, so we discussed this point. So Brahma was saying there's no need to punish because they are already punished by their own actions. So here Daksha is acknowledging that fact that there was no need for you to punish me. I would have gone to hell if you had not punished me. But out of compassion you punished me and you stopped me from going to hell.
I request that you be pleased by your own mercy, since I cannot satisfy you by my words.
Thereafter, in order to resume the activities of the sacrifice,
No.
the great sage Maitreya said, thus being pardoned by Lord Shiva, King Daksha, with the permission of Lord Brahma, again began the performance of the yajna, along with the great learned sages, the priests and others. Thereafter, in order to resume the activities of sacrifice, the Brahmanas first arranged to purify the sacrificial arena of the contamination caused by the touch of Virabhadra and the other ghostly followers of Lord Shiva. Then they arranged to offer into the fire the oblations known as Purodasha.
The great sage Maitreya said to Vidura, my dear Vidura, as soon as King Daksha offered the clarified butter with the Yajurveda mantras in sanctified meditation, Lord Vishnu appeared there in his original form as Narayana.
You see that immediately the Lord appeared at this time. So Daksha was doing so many yajnas, the Lord never appeared because Daksha's consciousness was polluted. The moment Daksha's consciousness became clean, at the first offering of oblation, the Lord appeared immediately in the sacrificial arena. So the same goes with the chanting of the holy name also. That is why it is said that one Shuddha Naam is sufficient in order for us to become completely Krishna conscious. So this is the proof that simply by chanting Shuddha Naam once, we can actually attain Krishna. That one oblation in the sacrificial fire, the Lord was personally there. Okay?
Lord Narayana was seated on the shoulders of Stotra or Garuda, who had big wings. As soon as the Lord appeared, all directions were illuminated, diminishing the luster of Brahma and the other present. His complexion was blackish, his garment yellow like a gold, and his helmet as dazzling as the sun. His hair was bluish, the color of black pea, and his face was decorated with earring. His right hand held a conch shell, wheel, club, lotus flower, arrow, bow, shield with golden ornaments such as
shield and sword.
Shield and sword, and they were decorated with golden ornaments such as bangles and bracelet. His whole body resembled the blossoming tree, beautifully decorated with various kind of flowers.
So whenever the form of the Lord is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, then we should give a lot of attention to the form of the Lord and we should try to make out what is the special feature of the form of the Lord. So here the Lord appeared with how many hands? 8 hands. He came as a 8-handed form. And what is one of the special feature of this form of the Lord? Yeah, that is, he has 8 hands, so he has extra bow, arrow, shield and sword. That one more special feature, bluish hair. The Lord appeared here with bluish hair. So these are some very minute details we can actually see when we very closely read the form of the Lord's appearance in each time. When Lord appeared in front of Kardama, do you know what is the speciality of that form? When Lord appeared in front of Kardama, that form had one very unique feature. Instead of lotus, he was actually carrying water lily in his hand. He appeared in 400 form, but normally he would carry Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. But instead of lotus, in that form, he carried water lily in his hand. So like that, it will be very interesting actually if you see each and every form of the Lord when it is described, you may find some unique feature of the form of the Lord, and we can try to remember that unique feature of the form of the Lord. Then it's very easy to remember. So this feature, this Lord, the unique feature is 2 things. One is that he appeared in 8-handed form, and then he had bluish hair. Okay, please read.
Lord Vishnu looked extraordinarily beautiful because the goddess of fortune and garland were situated on his chest. His face was beautifully decorated with smiling attitude, which can captivate the entire world, especially the devotees. Fans of white hair appeared on the side of both sides of the Lord, like white swans, and the white canopy overhead looked like moon.
So it was very beautiful form.
As soon as Lord Vishnu was visible, all the demigods, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the Gandharvas and all present there, immediately offered their respectful obeisance by falling down straight before him. In the presence of the glaring effulgence of the bodily luster of Narayana, everyone else's luster faded away, and everyone stopped speaking, fearful with avine veneration. All present touched their hands to their heads and prepared to offer their prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. Really, I don't know. If Lord came with 2 automatic camera, or some devotee was doing it, and whether he came with automatic chadar or some devotee was holding it, I really don't know. I really don't know. Because there is no description. Could be because in Vaikuntha, everybody is conscious. Even Chamara is conscious in Vaikuntha. So Chamara can go and start moving up and down on his own because he is conscious. And umbrella could come and stand behind the Lord and his own because umbrella is also conscious. So there is no description whether somebody is holding the chamara and putting the chamara, or chamara came and then doing on his own. I don't know. Both are possible. So these are details we should ask the Lord when we see him. अरे तब गया था ना, उस समय चामरा ऐसे ऐसे आया था या कोई लेके आया था? We should ask him. Yeah. Yeah. नहीं लगता है नहीं दिया. वो खाली बियर्ड मिला उसको. मुझे तो लगता है ऐसा ही है. हाँ, तो फ्राइंग करके लगा दिया उसको. They were all very happy. Bhrigu felt like a punk maybe. If he's serious, then क्या होगा? तो वो सीरियस होगा तो क्या होगा? Yeah. So then you understand if Lord becomes serious, then what happens? If he becomes serious, the whole creation will be destroyed. That's what will happen. That's what he is meant to do. छोटा मोटा इधर उधर काट लेता है तो ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Yeah. And also, see, the other thing is that even though they got some arrangements to overcome their defects were actually not overcome. He will see through the eyes of the other person. He will eat through the eyes of the disciple. If disciple नहीं है तो teeth of the disciple नहीं है तो उसको chickpea flour खाना पड़ेगा. Diet सब prescribe कर दिया. But the point is they were all satisfied. They were all satisfied and they were very happy. They were all satisfied and they were very happy. This is a very important thing to understand. It's a very important thing to understand. When I read this pastime for the first time, I was thinking for a long time that Lord Shiva, he could have just easily, okay, take your teeth back, take your hand back, take your mustache back. Everything would have given, distributed. But he just made arrangements for everybody and everybody seemed to be very happy. And everybody, Bhagavatam says, everybody is completely satisfied. Huh? Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that ultimately we should be satisfied with what Krishna provides us. That is something which is, I came to that conclusion. My conclusion was that only. Ultimately we should be satisfied with what Krishna provides us. It may be from outside perspective not good, because I was thinking for a long time, why Lord Shiva did this? He could have properly given back everything to everybody. And he is quite powerful, he could do that. But he didn't do that and they were all satisfied also. So that's a good lesson, that we should be satisfied with whatever Krishna provides us. No, but generally, how materialistic mind works is that, अरे इतना बड़ा आदमी है, सब कुछ दे सकता है, आधा दे के भेज दिया. You understand, no? Like sometimes you go for fundraising, you go to a very rich man, वो एक 10,000 का चेक लिख के देता है. चेक लेके लगता है, अरे क्या इतना बड़ा आदमी है, 10,000 का चेक दिया, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा तो दे सकता है. So that kind of mentality is there, that when you actually go to a big person, your expectation also increases. But somehow these demigods, they were all very satisfied. Krishna, whatever he did, they become very pacified. They started, oh, very good, they said, they came. So something is a big, that's why they are demigods. Ultimately, they are much better than us. They are much better than us. They are in mode of goodness. They are much better than us. They know how to be satisfied very easily. Okay.
Although the mental scope of even demigods like Brahma was unable to comprehend the universal glories of the Supreme Lord, they were all able to perceive the transcendental form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by His grace. Only by such grace could they offer their respectful prayers according to their different capacities.
Okay. Let's close with this translation. Next onwards, prayer starts.
When Lord Vishnu accepted the oblations offered in the sacrifice, Daksha the Prajapati began with great pleasure to offer respectful prayers unto him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the master of all sacrifices and preceptor of all the Prajapatis. And he is served even by such personalities as Nanda and Sunanda.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Time is up for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Prem.